Welcome back to MWT Education Consultancy. Thank you for watching our previous videos. I am really happy to know that the information was valuable to you. And I thank each one of you for giving your valuable feedbacks and comments. Today I am here to give you information about Canada. Canada is world's most favorite destination for both students and migrants. And to give information about Canada's migration, I have Harish Babu with me, who is having a 7 years experience or more than that in guiding students and migrants to reach the destination Canada. Thank you, Harish, for joining me.
Thank you, sir.
So I just gave an introduction saying that we are going to talk about Canada. And I feel the best person to talk and get clarification is you, because you almost have a 7 years of experience in guiding many people and you have met many profiles. Harish, can you tell me what are the different ways you can reach Canada?
So there are literally 65 different options. In fact, more than 65 different options to reach in Canada. But the main program through which one can reach Canada is called Express Entry.
Okay.
It's a migration pathway. In fact, it is leading to the permanent residency.
Okay.
And the second most important option is the student program.
Okay. And what about others? You have other 65. Does it have the same criteria or?
No, 65 different programs have 65 different set of rules and regulations.
Okay.
And most of them are similar, but there are slight differences in each of the programs.
Okay. So when you said we have 65 or more programs, how do you select a particular program for the candidate who is coming in front of you?
It is purely depend upon the candidate's profile, his level of qualification, the type of work he has done, the language score he has. These are the main criteria to identify a program.
So what I understand is you do a complete analysis on the profile and then go ahead with it.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Now, one term which really clicked me was Express Entry.
Okay.
Now, you have 65 different programs. Out of that, there is an Express Entry.
Okay.
As a layman, what I understand is that is the best and easiest way and the fastest route to Canada. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, you are absolutely right. Express Entry is a program introduced by the Government of Canada in the year 2015.
Okay.
And there are 4 major programs comes under the Express Entry.
Okay.
In fact, Express Entry is not an immigration program.
Mm-hmm.
It's an online platform to select the candidate from the 4 type of immigration that already exists with the Canada permanent residency.
Okay. So that means we have to upload all the documents online?
Yes, it's an electronic system, in fact.
Okay. So does it have a queue system?
It is having a queue system. In fact, Express Entry has 4 different programs under it. One is the Federal Skilled Worker Program,
Okay.
a common program which had existed in almost 10 years. Mm-hmm. It's been more than 10 years now.
Okay.
Then comes the Canadian Experience Class Program, and Federal Trade Worker Program is there. And a part of Provincial Nomination Program is also comes under the Express Entry system.
Oh, okay. So how do you select?
So, if a candidate comes to us, we will first evaluate his profile in depth. That is the level of education he has completed, the number of years of experience he has in a field, and the language. Language means Canada is a bilingual country. So, in terms of permanent residency, they accept both English and French as the language competency.
Okay.
So we evaluate whether he has certificate in English or in French, and what is his age criteria is most important. We will also evaluate the profile of his spouse, like the qualification that has attained his spouse, the level of English knowledge or French knowledge that his spouse has, or the candidate spouse has, and whether the candidate or the spouse has any relatives or in Canada. So these all factors are considered before choosing a program.
So in fact, you check every candidate's profile and then select according to that, and you allocate which program they have fit to. Okay. Now I have heard many times from different students saying that they have checked online about their points, and they themselves tell us that they are not eligible. I think many of you might have experienced yourself. Harish, can you enlighten me on that area? Is it always right?
See, we in Express Entry, there are certain conditions to be eligible for this express entry program. A candidate should be qualified at least one of the economics program that I have mentioned earlier to be eligible under the express entry.
Okay.
That is in federal skilled worker program or the federal trade worker program or the Canadian experience program. Has to have minimum of eligibility in one of that program.
Okay.
So most commonly, what is federal skilled worker program is that it's a point-based program where the qualification has will get some points and experience will get some points, then his age will get some points, and considering all these factors, he has to score 67 out of 100. Then
67 out of 100?
Yes, 67 out of 100. Then only he will get eligibility in federal skilled worker program.
Okay.
And in terms of Canadian experience class, a candidate who has a previous experience in Canada can go with that program.
Okay.
And in terms of federal trade worker program, it is like that a candidate who is having a job offer from Canada in one of the trades which is mentioned by the CIC. CIC means Citizenship and Immigration of Canada. So normally a candidate comes under the federal skilled worker program only, which is based on a point system.
Okay. So actually when they select it online, their checking might change. But when it comes to you, did you have any experience like that? The candidates have come with you saying that I am having almost 80 points, and then when you check, it is less or it is more than what they have.
Yes, there are cases like that. We can see if a candidate normally checks on some consultancy website or any other third-party website for point calculation. But actually, the CIC, Citizenship and Immigration of Canada, which is official website of Canadian government for the immigration and the visa purposes, we can directly check on the website for the accurate points by giving our basic informations.
Okay.
So we'll be calculating on basis of the points or the tool which is provided by the Citizenship and Immigration of Canada.
Great. I hope it's clear. Don't underestimate or just by checking up points from different website think that you are not eligible. What I find is everyone is eligible provided you calculate it as per the criteria what the government of Canada is having as in checking the points. Now coming to the points, I have applied online, or do I have to wait for the my turn, or will it be called randomly, or do I have a certain cutoff points for them to select me? Do we have such criteria?
Thank you for the question, sir. So actually this selection is based on a point system called CRS, which means Comprehensive Ranking System. Scoring a point of 67 out of 100 in federal skilled worker program doesn't mean that you will get selected. The selection is purely based on the point system called CRS. It's a different kind of point system, which is calculated maximum of 1,200 points, where each and every candidate who registered in the express entry will be getting a certain point based on their level of qualification, their number of years of work experience, the language they are having, and the basic details of their partner is also calculated for the point system. So the selection is like that. In every month, the government is conducting its selections roundup, which is called the round of selections. So each and every month, maybe there are 2-3 selections in each month. So they will be having a cutoff score. The government will declare a cutoff score. For example, in the previous selection, they have declared the cutoff score of 470.
Okay.
So the candidate who has scored 472 and above will be getting the selection, and also there will be a cutoff date as well.
Okay.
A candidate who has registered before that cutoff date with the points set by the government will only get the selection.
So these are the criteria.
Yes,
the cutoff date and the cutoff
point. These are the important.
It was a real valuable point which we have informed. Now, once eligible for express entry, what are the different steps which I have to undergo, or which a candidate has to undergo to reach the destination of Canada?
Okay. So the main thing is that one should have the IELTS score with him and should complete his ECA. ECA means Educational Credential Assessment. So the candidate has to score a good score in IELTS and should complete the Educational Credential Assessment. The ECA will be, as MWT, will be assisting the A to Z process for ECA.
Okay.
And once the candidate complete these 2 mandatory documents, they can enter into the express entry pool. It's an online process where we'll be creating an account for them in the CIC website, and we'll be giving the basic details and on the website. and we'll be giving an expression of interest for this permanent residency application. Once the candidate got selection from the express entry route, the government will issue an ITA, which is invitation to apply.
Okay.
And once the candidate got the ITA, the government will give 60 days of time to submit the entire application for the visa process.
Okay.
And the visa process has to be completed within the 60 days by submitting the required documents in the online itself. And if all the documents are successful, the government will evaluate each and every document, and subsequently the medical and other procedures will be completed, and they will issue the PPR request, which is passport submission request, and the candidate can submit the passport for visa stamping.
Okay. So visa stamping is a must.
Yeah, it is a must.
You have told that you have a 60 days of cut-off time to produce all the documents.
Yes.
So you have to produce all the documents regarding your IELTS, your
Yes.
education qualifications.
Yes, we have to give each and every documents that we have mentioned in the whole submission stage. It has to be uploaded in the respective areas after getting the ITA.
Okay.
So this is how the process.
This is all. So once it is all done, it's
Yeah,
the
it
candidate
is a
ready.
detailed process. We have to strictly follow the instruction produced by the government of Canada, because if any single mistake at any of the stages will lead to disqualification or rejection of your application entirely. And once the application is rejected, you will be put back in the pool and wait for the another round of selection, which might be harder.
Okay. I hope the information was valuable to you. Visit our website mwt.co.in and do not forget to click on our bell icon. Subscribe MWT channel to get more information about the videos which you are going to post in the coming days. And do not forget to put your valuable comments and suggestions underneath it. Thank you.